Dropping map 1 had to be so heartbreaking. They could be already through to the group stage. This could be done 2-0, and they could be celebrating right now back at the hotel. Instead, they've got to do it the hard way. Instead, they've got to do it here on Anubis, starting on the CT side.
And this was what Pimp was interested in, seeing how they're going to approach that CT side, and well, they bring the fight early, and they are dropped. 2 early kills coming in for ENCE. And it looks like that might continue here as Goofy is in a position to cut off that rotation over. Good shot from Senzu from Dark. He's worried about the canal flank coming in, and he drops a little further back. And as he does so, it's a headshot from Hades and a labor kill from Goofy. And that's going to be 3 players to 1 here for ENCE. Blitz coming back to B, but they're out of there. They're over to the A-bomb side already.
Goofy got that first bullet, goosh, and then he had to be like, where'd the next 5 bullets go? Why did it take 6 extra bullets to get that kill? Hades can't kill the chickens? All sorts of things going on.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in this pistol. But I'll tell you what's not going to happen. A blitz clutch, Jason.
Oh, don't say that.
It's not happening.
Don't say that.
It can't possibly happen.
Why do you hate ENCE?
There's no kit.
Why do you hate ENCE?
There's no utility.
Oh, that smoke
And there's
sucks.
a smoke in heaven.
Yeah, that smoke sucks. I might be on board with you now. Give us something, Blitz. Come on. Make Dinko eat his words. Wrap it around the corner. Yeah, too much time chewed off, and it might just be best to bail out, preserve the armor that you've got, play for the next round, because it's even if you do get all the kills and get on the bomb, it's not enough time without a kit. And he can, oh, nope, that's the one. That's the one.
Goodbye. Run away. And they're chased after. I like that Blitz stuck around just to get that kill, you know? Just kill Kylar, and the bomb gets the chicken. So everything is covered. All of the boxes are checked off, and ENCE will win the pistol round. And you got to say, you know, Mongolz stayed competitive throughout last year from Katowice all the way through. Got a couple of upsets under their belt despite all the roster moves. And you've got to say, you've got to give some credit to the combination of Blitz and Mara as the coach and IGL combo. And I thought Blitz was a little bit older, and then you look at his age, he's 22 years old as well. Yeah,
this is a really cool team, and I mean, if the core of this sticks together, this can be a cool team for a long while and see them improve. Because remember, like we've mentioned it a couple times, they've said we want to improve upon what we did at Katowice last year. But in a grander sense too, it's about within this scene moving on from being like an upset team. Like we know this is a team coming into an event that's probably going to cause one upset that you didn't expect. That's going to beat a team that you feel like should probably win, but they drop it anyway. And you want to see them move on to actually being, you know, competitive towards group stages, competitive towards, like, you know, you want that upset to cause some real upheaval in the event, not just, you know, make a more difficult route for someone else.
It's just a novelty you talk about in the early stages of the tournament, and here we go. It should be a nice, easy round here for 2 on the board of ENCE. Senzu's going to come on over. There's a triple setup inside of the site, despite it all being lower tier pistols. Maybe something can be made of it. The answer to that is absolutely not, because Diha gets one on the Mac 10 and everybody else collapses upon them, and that'll be a shutdown. So 2-0 for ENCE.
2-0 for ENCE, but now the gun's going to come out.
That's what we're waiting for.
No AWP for Mongolz just yet. Not enough money. Prioritizing some utility, so M4 across the board. Let's see what their CT setup is going to look like out of the gate.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting conversation to be had, because, you know, Pimp was talking about how this map, you can sometimes feel like you're fishing a barrel, just being shot at. You can't move, you feel trapped. How is Mongolz going to handle that on a CT-sided start? What are they going to show us on their CT side? So far, starting with a 3-1-1 setup, 3 towards this B-bomb site early on.
This is going to be a fast entrance into the B-bomb site. They're going to come right through this. Here we go. Utility, they're streaming through, swinging wide towards jail. Dia's got an opening kill, but the response is there. 2 for 2, make it 3 for 2, and make it 4 for 2. As ENCE crack into that bomb site emphatically.
A lot of numbers being thrown around there, but all that matters is 3 more for ENCE on the scoreboard. So fantastic work to break through. Nice, quick, simple call from Glaive, and that's made it work for ENCE. You know, the deeper you get into series, we start to question, you know, what does the map pool of ENCE look like? What can they show us? What maps are they good on? We don't really know anything about them, and that's
they probably don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, yeah, I guess we're good on Anubis if this transpires. But yeah, that's a rough start for Mongolz. Not really getting to fight on the B-bomb site, despite starting with 3 players over there. And Mazinho, oh, he's hoping to save, but Hades says no. And this was a map at times where 9 looked pretty good on. They qualified to the Paris Major with Anubis. They got a big upset victory, I believe it was over Vitality even at that point. And they made it through into the Paris Major from this. And Hades was one of the players that really stood tall back in CSGO.
Yeah, he can be a beast. We've seen a couple rough game on Nuke that we saw from him, but We know he's got it in him. For now, ENCE has just got to be happy that first gun round is passed with flying colors. For Mongols, you're like, all right, this is our first chance. This is our first chance to show off this defense and hit a timing through a smoke that you weren't ready for, and you feel like you don't even get to play the round out. So Deagles, 5-7s, a little bit of utility for the Mongols.
Yeah, just a little bit, and it doesn't really give you a whole lot of inspiration when you look at this, because usually some of the rounds you would see on the CT side of Anubis that will work, Jason, are these sort of ideas that you have, like push A or take water or try and split, but nothing here. They're just getting picked apart one by one.
That's 9-10. He only had a USP. He's saving money, didn't invest anything into this round. He wants the op in the next one. So we'll see that on the map, certainly from the Mongols' side. And ENCE still playing from a distance. Happy to see if there's going to be any follow-up pushes after the initial kill. No pressure to go anywhere quick.
Pre-smoke for the Mongols to signal pressure on A, and actually they're just leaving A. So Mazinho is just going to try and sell that there's more presence there than really is. And they're going to rotate over into the B-bomb site and stack it out, hoping that ENCE finish there. And that wouldn't be a bad gamble, considering ENCE have gone there many times already. But ENCE are making the smarter call and going through mid instead. So they're dodging all of these stacks and giving themselves quite a bit of space to play with. And they're about to walk into an empty A-bomb site.
Yeah, waltz in, a nice 4-0 lead. This has got to, I mean, this is great for ENCE when you consider Mirage, they started down 0-6. Nuke, they started down 1-5. They've been buried in holes that they've had to try and dig themselves out of. Successful once, failed once, but now it's a different perspective. You get to play with the lead a little bit. You get to play with the comfort of knowing you've already put rounds on the board. Hades is under pressure, but he's just going to stand and take the fight. He's got a little bit of a stack behind him with Diha, and ENCE handles business. All 5 survive.
Oh, much more focused, honed in right from the get-go.
And this is great to see when you consider, I mean, this is a majority massively Polish lineup to make it into the group stage, a chance at the Spodek. We've got another Polish lineup making a bid to get into the group stage of Katowice coming up later. That's going to be Rebels taking on against M80.
Yeah, it's the most Poles in attendance in Katowice ever, and it was made off the back of kind of a weird situation. It was during the Polish National League. 9 actually lost to what we see is now the Rebels team, the core of that team, and 9 weren't going to make an attendance, and then ENCE picked them up, and that's why we've got so many Poles actually at this event.
And they're like, hell yeah, we made it.
Yeah, we did. We did it.
We've arrived.
Off our own backs. We made it all the way.
It's all the hard work.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Falcons, for that. But here's Diha peeking on out. It's going to be Mazinho that goes down. And a nice shot from 9-10 to trade out on Diha's initial kill.
Yeah, but what's the rebuttal? What's the response? Push at A, and Glaive and Hades immediately call to push mid. So they're already encroaching on double doors. Goofy, he spots one out into the open, but he doesn't want to mess with it. He could swing and probably advantage in that fight, but he doesn't know if 9-10 is still peeking. So Hades wants to cut off this fallback. Oh, the peak comes way lower than Hades expected. He pulled the trigger just out of muscle memory reaction, but it was nowhere close.
So advantage now for Mongols at the 1-minute mark in the round. The bomb yet to decide where it wants to go, and Glaive will fight with that on his back and take out Blitz, but it's a difficult position to stand in for long. So fortunately for Glaive, he's been given the space to drop back and now has other options available to him in the 45-second minute of the mark rather of this round. And so he's going to be heading towards Dark, and Senzu sitting at the back of the platform.
This is all Kyler. Kyler can create something for his teammates. Missed the timing on the rotation.
Molly's forces Senzu into the open. Flash follows up. Good first kill from Techno. Instant trade from Kylar, and Goofy will come in with a second. There's nothing Mongols can do about that. That's it. Taken. The B-bomb site collapses.
Senzu had like 5 seconds to turn from that flashbang, and he didn't care. Yeah. He just stared it down. I was like, when's he going to turn?
Yeah, maybe he's like hoping for the peak to come before the flash. And
I don't know if he just got like, he just fell asleep. He was hitting the snooze button, but...
Ooh, he's going for this, Jason. Let's see what he's got. 9-10 going close. Close left player. It's going to be tough to hit this shot and get away with it because of the jail setup. It's a good crossfire here, pulling him in, but he doesn't overextend, and he had a chance but didn't react in time to look towards Kylar. It's 5-0. 5 in a row for ENCE.
Yeah, 5 in a row. Convinced used by Mongols. Time to get him hyped up and get him back into this. This might be the weight of the situation, the pressure of elimination weighing on their shoulders now, especially feeling it in this third map. We've seen them struggle to close out games. They haven't yet had to face the obstacle of coming back into games, and that's what they're looking at right now in this hole. And they're going to have to descend out of this timeout into a half-buy. Deagles in armor, 5-7s, MP9 picked up.
And we know we can see big halves go up on the T side and then comebacks come when you switch over into the second half, but you got to have at least a few rounds to play with based on your first half performance. So Mongols need to figure it out how to just to squeeze a few extra out of here and have a shot at competing in the second half and get a comeback of their own. Haven't had to do that yet. Deagles, 5.7s, MP9 for Techno 4K. I think he should have believed in himself, Jason. Why not go for the 5? Why not go for the ace? Why 4?
Yeah.
Gotta change the mentality. And here's Senzu with the Deagle.
Counter smoke to try and delay that. Diaz beat it though. Diaz beat it. So is Kyler.
Oh.
Coming from B main. Beautiful shot onto 9-10, and Diaz revealed the position of Techno as well. They don't need to press the issue. They've done massive damage and they forced a lot of movement in this defense, so that sacrifice of Diha does a lot of work for them.
Nice shot from Hades. Sticks the landing on it. And, ooh, timing just about goes against Hades there for that peak.
Yeah, but timing is great for Goofy. He sees that smoke bouncing in. He knows the trajectory of where it's thrown off the pillar, and it's going very, very deep. So he walks through, sees A bomb site is clear. He's going to have a super advanced position. Blitz got nothing to do. This will be 6-0 for ENCE.
There's a shot for Goofy.
This is the most composed and the most well-oiled we've seen ENCE all series.
Yeah, you just heard the words of Glev there. Come on, boys, keep going. Just keep this up. Let's just get through this. Let's get into the group stage.
Yeah, ride this wave, baby.
Just keep racking up these T rounds. Do what's working. It's on the Mongols to try and fix it. And, you know, the question was posed at the start of this, what can we expect from Mongols, the CT side? The answer so far hasn't been that pleasant.
No, but they had some ideas that second gun round, the double push from A, the AWP kind of peeking out and getting a trade. Unfortunately, it wasn't fully put together round. That was really the only piece of creativity they had there. Blitz lining up a flashbang. Looks like Mazzino wants to take a little bit of a peek, but Utility might force him back, and they're going to call the play off entirely because Mazzino's like, they're here. They're aggressive. They're feeling frisky. They're looking for a fight.
The fight is not to be had because ENCE have so much time they can figure out another pathway, and that's half health taken off Goofy, but no kill for the Mongols. Mid-control looking to be established. Glaive at the front of the attack, and Smoke just went in as well, so that should help him get a little closer to this. That's all the way over towards Temple. Clearing double doors, making sure no one's around here, no one's close, and ENCE will be happy with the mid-control they've got here. Yeah, but then the question becomes, since you haven't had contact, you haven't gotten any kills, where do you want to go with this kind of mid-control? Kyler's flashed off, so he's calling that they're pushing B, so they just pull the trigger on this A hit, going to come right through. Blitz is so blind. So blind, and Mazzino's got nothing to do. Oh, yeah. This is heartbreaking. Yeah, it's real rough. ENCE are just winning every single fight. No one from Mongols is able to compete on the individual front, and it's strange because we were saying earlier today, you know, there was points throughout both of those first maps that Mongols dominated ENCE in the individual department. Not to be here on Anubis. Nowhere to be seen. And Kylo is making this a real bad time for them. He's even taking the weapons out of the players that have to save, and they've even got Diha coming over, so ENCE just no mercy now to take everything away. Yeah, what he's actually done is block them back to the B bomb site where Diha was going for that flank and funneling towards Hades AWP. They wanted to push forward to T-spawn and take at least one weapon. That ain't gonna happen. Oh. Now you get absolutely nothing, and Techno surely gonna go down. Kyler finds it at the end of the day. Kyler started off really well. 9-2 for him, 8-1 for Hades. ENCE firing on all cylinders in map 3. It's exactly the kind of performance you would be asking for if you're ENCE. When the going gets tough and you're forced into the third map of the series, facing elimination or progression. To start with a 7-0 lead that looks like it's going to continue. You couldn't ask for a better story. It's a horrifying way to get eliminated. I mean, we're going to see how this map continues to play out. But I mean, if you take this to a third map, and in the third map you just have no fight, that feels worse than just like 2 closely contested maps in a 2-0. Especially because, as you mentioned earlier, there was a chance to win the series 2-0 for the Mongols. I mean, that's what they'll be telling themselves too. Is we missed our chance on Mirage. And you can't even argue with it. No, they really did. ENCE would even be there to admit that. Damage done on Glaive. He's down to 27 health. This ain't bad for the Mongols. They've done good damage. They stalled out this hit towards the A bomb site. ENCE is going to have to readjust on the map. You have 2 players lined up over in dark. And another smoke to delay. So at the moment, the Mongols are controlling the situation. That doesn't mean they'll come out on top. Yeah, plenty of time for this to go against them still. Kylar just feigning some utility in to the B-bomb site from outside of B main, but the main attack is through Dark, and that's Glaive and Diha. What a dastardly duo that's become. Here's Techno trying to get rid of them. And P9 not able to work against the AWP at range, and that is an easy kill. 4-2 in terms of the players.
Oh, Hades is loving his life right now. He's just like, yeah, keep walking into my crosshair.
Yeah, he's making up for those missed shots back at New. He's like, wow, I'll rack them all up.
This is interesting, too, because it's interesting as well, because this comes back to what Pim mentioned on the desk before the series even began, is if you don't have Senzu fragging, which you don't, you've had that on the other 2 maps. He's at 1 kill right now. Blitz is at 2 kills. Those have been like your main engines. If you don't have that as the Mongols, what else can you provide? And they don't have an answer quite yet.
Smoke out in towards middle. 9-10 is bringing the big green gun over here for a little look. He wants to try and get an opener. And this Molly, only thing of note at the moment, but ENCE have most players outside of the A-bomb site.
And you're going at Mazzino, who's got 0 kills.
Oh yeah, it's been rough, hasn't it? He's died every round too.
Yeah, I mean, it's been rough for everyone. It's just unfortunate he's the one on the goose egg, but this is going to be an execute. Kyler's waiting to cut off rotations and be a really powerful lurk in mid, but they're coming right at Mazzino, and he's got nobody close for backup.
Oh, just blow that smoke open. Have a look onto the fountain, and oh, Mazzino's given a chance here. He does get 1 kill out of it. Blitz with another. The Mongols up a player, but how long will that stand? 1 minute left. ENCE into the A-bomb site. Yet to put the bomb down, and here comes Senzu sprinting through that camera smoke, and he ends up getting put down, put in his place. And now Hades turns to watch the flank of Flash. Sets himself up for the peak, and Blitz will obliterate his opponent in front of him, and Techno's there with him, and Glaive will fall. So ENCE get into the site, they don't put the bomb down, and Mongols get their first round on the board.
Yeah, that flashbang through A main, that was going to be a kill for Hades all day long until that flash comes in. That was the key kill to allow that retake to happen. ENCE was paused and waiting and looking for the Mongols to try and start storming the bomb site before the bomb actually gets planted. They were ready for everything until Hades falls down.
A little jump as well.
But you got to build upon it now. Giving one in a little bit of a retake. 7-round lead for ENCE.
You can't let ENCE just come back and win this round, right? You got to start building off of this and give yourself a platform.
The problem is, look at the money for ENCE. It's so much. Like, Mongols have to like scrape together as many rounds as they can against full buys each and every round. I don't even think ENCE is going to have to save or be diminished at all throughout this half. It's 3 rounds remaining. Plenty of money to outlast the whole thing. Kyler watching for B pushes, Goofy watching for A pushes, Glaive, Hades, and Diha lined up to take mid, and it's a passive mid setup. And we saw how easy it was for ENCE to take the A bomb site from middle when they had all that room and all that comfort in this part of the map, and it looks like they may be getting it again here too.
Yeah, Blitz is the only player nearby to try and dispel that, but he's smoked away now. He's smoked into the temple, and he can't fight.
And as an in-game leader, Glaive's he's probably like, hell yeah. Like, if we're going to get mid like this, I'll take it.
It opens up the options, right?
It's just such a nice launching pad to execute with.
Well, 9-10's AWP is currently primed, but the flashbang negates that issue. And they actually cross over. Instead of going to A this time, they're going for a different option. They're going through the temple to try and put pressure onto Blitz, who's holding the B-bomb site with Techno. Good kill from the young man from Dark, and he'll slip away into that darkness, but that cover will not protect him from the death that Kylar will provide. Glaive is there with him. Goofy trying to cut off the rotation, but doesn't do it. And now Senzu inside of Dark is still fighting, and Mongols have got it down to just Glaive, who's looking for a bomb plant at a minimum, but given the health, you can't believe Glaive has it in him to clutch this. He begins the spray, tries to line them up, but there's just too many players, and Glaive eventually is overwhelmed. It's a 2nd round in a row for the Mongols.
Yeah, that got a little chaotic for ENCE in the 3v3 when they broke into that bomb site. Things got a little bit crazy. Goofy jumped out of his position on the A-lurk a little bit too fast, gave away a sound cue. I think Hades as well, just I guess maybe forgot that there were still players over in Dark. Techno had gone down, thought it was clear. They didn't clear the 2nd player. And things got away from him. 8-2, timeout used by ENCE. Here, just keep going, boys. It's stopped. They have not kept going and wants to get them back to that way.
Instructions unclear.
double up setup now for the Mongols that they've switched into. Senzu's got one, 9-10 with the other.
Yeah, they tried that a lot on Mirage, didn't they? To mixed results. Wasn't always too effective, despite trying it multiple times. Let's see. Glaive gets his thinking hat on, trying to squeeze a few more rounds out of this T side. It's good already, but you want it to be really good. 9 or 10. Certainly a possibility here with the way they have been playing in this first half. Hades bringing his sniper over to middle. What's he got for us? Passive play from 9-10. Not to commit around that corner. It would be a death sentence at this point in the round to go for anything aggressive, so he just sits back and now decides to go with a flashbang, but he actually got caught by that flash and shots land on both offers, but neither of them go down. That's huge. Diha in dark, somehow not being burned.
Those Molotovs are way too shallow. Senzu has no idea.
Oh my goodness, Diha. Here we go. That's the chance to strike. Rips the head off Senzu, and plenty more where that came from. Techno better be careful. He drops behind Ivy. And he's hoping that this position can be strong enough to net him a kill, but he needs to delay for his teammates to come back. Blitz is in-game leader, arriving from dark now. Good headshot. Nearly denies the planter from getting across safely to the default spot. And Techno so close, but can't deny the plant. And his life is denied from being much longer. Mazinho, the only player left. And it's a quick kill coming in. A headshot on Goofy. A 1v2 and Mazinho. What a time to light up this would be. What a shot. Can he detect the final player? It looked like he was just about to take out Hades, but the AWP rings out and Mazinho falls away.
Yeah, he was getting into it as well. Just never knew the position of Hades. Stone cold legged earlier in the round and still stoic to hold off that defuse. Man, was that Techno who came in just spraying blindly? You gotta give to that.
Sure, it was an idea, and I probably would have denied the plant if he just spammed a little lower. But 9-2, ENCE do get that 9th round they were looking for. At least enough money from Mongols to keep buying here. So Techno is the player that has to take the heaviest hit because he needs utility. Everybody else gets to play with the weapon of choice.
That missed Molotov in dark in the last round. This time Hades is going to get away with a headshot. Can't flick up. Good push. Spam back from Glaive, trying desperately to find Blitz behind the smoke. It's not going to happen, and all of a sudden the Mongols have an advantage. A follow-up peek from Techno. But Kyler evens things out. Continues his solid play. 12 kills in the half. But Techno drops the bomb, so things get weird.
Yeah, the bomb being down is a problem that Glaive must solve. He's got Kylar with him. That Nick clears the smoke for a moment just to have a little peer behind it, gather that information. But Techno is gathering space, and he's got a kill here if he can bring down Glaive, but he cannot. The Danish in-game leader stands strong, and Techno will fall.
Problem now becomes Mazzino pushing towards A main because the bomb is down at stairs. So when it looks like Glaive's going to be in the best position, Kyler can support from the bridge window. They've got 45 seconds, and they don't want to make their move just yet, hoping to see the Mongols shifting across the map and get an easy kill to alleviate themselves in this 2v2.
Oh, Mazinho sees the bomb now, so he's got eyes on that at the bottom of the stairway. He's worried about a flank because they don't have mid control, so he's constantly checking in behind him.
Yeah, but now that ENCE hasn't gotten that movement out of the Mongols, this gets a little bit weird. Because like you can drop down, but look at the long lines of sight. 9-10.
And the timing as well. 9-10's AWP strikes through Glaive, limited time on the clock, and it will be a third round stolen away right at the end for the Mongols. Strong first half from ENCE, looking to try and get into the group stage here in Katowice. Yesterday, ENCE ignited dreams of a Polish run in Katowice. Looking to get out of the play-in, they have to take down the Mongols, and currently 9-3 up on the deciding map of this advancement match. It's good the Mongols got 3 rounds though, Jason. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it really could have been, and they just carved themselves enough to work with in this second half. It's by no means close, it's by no means pretty, but at least they have a chance and an opportunity. They're going to start with this pistol round. A very, very important pistol round. Bomb on blitz towards the B bomb site. 3 players running across bridge, dropping into water. And ENCE is here to greet them with open arms.
Techno and Sensu, good kills coming in for the T side to pull that one back. And Glaive is under pressure, trying to retreat, trying to disengage from this fight and get himself into a position where he can play with the rest of his teammates. But a retake is not going to be easy. They don't have a kid on their back. They have 1 smoke available, and they're a player down. Glaive gets close to the site, and the Mongols have got a molly for this post plant too. Blitz just hasn't been able to leave default. And he'll toss that out towards Temple instead, and that's Mazinho. What a headshot. Glaive brought down, and there's no way back into this one now for ENCE.
No, Kyler's flank has taken too long, and I don't know what a better option would have been, but it's a long time to kind of sit and wait at the verge of that bomb site to make it happen. Double kill without a kit. It's so sketchy, and now it's done. That kill onto Diha is going to make sure that Kyler can't enter the bomb site, and Mazzino's got a nice pistol round to bring the Mongols up to 4.
Well, it's the start they need, and a lot more of those rounds need to come through here. So they're going to go ahead and invest straight into rifles. ENCE have shown that they're willing to force buy in the second round for the CT side. We'll be interested to see if they go for that now with rounds to play with.
Yeah, I feel like with this lead, that's a crazy, crazy SPs. Kyler's bought up with the kills that he got in the pistol. You know what the Mongols need the most right now? Senzu.
Senzu, I was really hoping it would have been something way cooler right now. Like they need the rest of the horde coming in or something like that.
No, they need Senzu, baby. 3-11. He's been fantastic throughout these play-ins. They need him to find his form again here in the second half. Dooley's going to investigate around the smoke. And there are 3 ENCE players waiting as soon as that clears.
There's Senzu. That's another one. Here they go, rat-a-tat-tat. Here's the Glock. Oh, the Jewel Berettas rattling away. It's going to be 1. A single kill for 9-10. I think you'll take that. Should just be a step in the right direction. And the Mongols are now 2 kills away from confirming their 5th round on the board.
Dang, that's some spam on Hades. He just goes for the swing, and Techno, that's an easy cleanup for him. Yeah, 5th round for the Mongols is going to be coming in hot. So that's the first challenge passed, right? Yeah. Is winning that pistol round with that kind of a disparity in the scoreline. There wasn't a whole lot of danger in the second round due to the fact that it's all USPs. Mongols playing from behind for the first time in this series.
Now, it was an interesting talking point coming into the game. as to what to expect from Mongols' CT side. I now pose the same question about ENCE's CT side. What can they show us there? Is it going to be the same 3-round half? Because if it is, well, that could be pretty rough.
We've touched on it a number of times. Obviously, new lineup. This is the 6th map this lineup has played together. So, I mean, there's still so many things they have to worry about. You're going to see some miscues. You're going to see some mistakes and some hiccups. And more than anything, you're going to see some flaws in the map pool. First half looked just fine for ENCE. CT side can be a different beast.
It's going to take a while to get used to seeing Glaive in the ENCE outfit.
Over on the B stream, however, Cloud9 took down Virtus Pro.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so Virtus Pro eliminated.
Wow, that's crazy. I definitely have VP as a playoff team, like a real annoying dark horse team with how Flit's been playing, how they've been performing. I thought definitely going to be getting through to that stage of the tournament.
Yeah, that's a shocker. VP is one of those teams that you feel like always is going to hover in the playoffs, and on the right tournament, the right streak, they can actually just go on to win the whole thing. And dang, they out early. Not this time. Cloud9's just got to be happy to just limp themselves through the play-ins.
Cloud9's, yeah, they're like the cockroach. Like, just always surviving, always finding the way through.
A chance to reset into the group stage. First gun round here at ENCE versus TheMongolz. Up in the hands of Hades, 9-10 as well. Hades is going to have his trucking over towards the A bomb site. Wasn't here early, came in a little bit late. Deep smoke. They're going to trust held everyone back at the start of the round.
Diha holding position just around the corner from 9-10 with a FAMAS in his hands. Let's see how the AWP does in close quarters combat. There's a push coming in from ENCE outside of B. Getting some space, making Mongols a little uncomfortable, and Techno wants to fight this. He wants to push them back and make sure they don't push any further. And he's done that pretty effectively. Yeah,
but he spotted out 2 trying to be aggressive, trying to be a little bit cheeky. So that's information passed over to the Mongols, and they're starting to lean towards that A bomb site, at least with 2. Bomb is not here. Bomb's still at B, but Mazzino and Senzu get some security at A main. Oh, naded hand, they line up. They line up, but a good trade from Diha. That was the mid player, so him and Glaive hustle to close the gap in the defense.
9-10, timing, looking away. He comes back to the good angle at the right time. And Glaive is given the warning shot. Realizes overextending in that same position would be a death sentence, so tosses out the utility to camera to help Diha. And here it comes, the play through the smoke. It's just 1 from Diha on the FAMAS. And that's the site taken. The Mongols are in.
Yeah, Glaive can't get around fast enough to help out in that situation. And Diha was really, really worried because he was getting pinched from A main as well. Great position for the Mongols to be in. Op as well with cover from Fountain. Ooh, takes some damage. Goes for another repeat, but Glaive's got the angle.
Yeah, missed shot, that's a death sentence too. And here's Techno inside of the site, trying to have his cake and eat it, but he's taken out by Glaive, and that's the retake. That's ENCE coming back in, and you can't let those rounds slip if you're the Mongols. You find yourself in such a good position, and still find their way through.
Yeah, well done from Glaive. That's a very good retake, toying with that Opera behind the pillar, not letting him get comfortable with any repeaks whatsoever. This was almost a disaster. Although, poor Hades, man. I feel like I've seen that
a lot.
10 times today.
Yeah, he's definitely...
He had a rough time on Nuke. He caught some stray bullets here and there. He got some inconvenient fights.
Smoke nuked open. He sees like 5 people looking at him.
This time, thanks to Diha missing a timing, it's Hades who gets punished for it.
10 rounds now for ENCE, though. Double figures collected. And the Mongols, this is kind of the last fight for a while. If they lose this, they've got to pick this up. Senzu hops down into the canal. And Hades going for a peek. Oh, it's a missed shot. It was a tough one to land there. Mazzino just showed him a little bit.
I showed him enough shoulder to get him excited.
Damn, shoulders. Does it for some people, I guess.
They hot. Senzu pressuring over towards Dark.
Yeah, it's trying to clear that smoke open. It actually fades away, and he gets a free kill on Diha. Here's the swing out from Goofy, though. That's what you like to see. A double kill comes in. Techno and 9-10 both go down, and ENCE suddenly in position with the advantage. And Kylo is about to be pressured coming through the smoke. Mazzino falls, and Senzu blitz in a 2 versus 4. ENCE about to progress to 11.
Yeah, no good options as well, and they don't want to really progress back towards the B bomb site. Goofy and Glaive are already starting to push out into canals. They know exactly what's coming, so go passive A defense. because Goofy and Glaive are itching for a flank, although even they back off, but Hades is on point. 17th kill here in this deciding map.
Yeah, flash peek as well, perfectly played. The teamwork was on point inside of the site there between Hades and Kylar, and that's going to work out real nice. 11 rounds are collected for ENCE, and a second tactical timeout used here for the Mongols.
Gotta say, I think it's Goofy who gets the highlight reel of that peak and the double kill out A main that we're gonna see right here. But give some credit to Glaive. Look at those flash assists. Beautifully done by the in-game leader, setting the boy up to go and get his frags.
I still thought the shots were better, Jason.
Nah, I'll take the flash. Give me the flash replay.
Celebrations for ENCE as they take one step closer to the group stages. Tech-9s for the Mongols is what we'll see coming into this round. And it's not like it's the choice to go for the half buy, it's the full investment into the Tech-9s. That really tells you all you need to know about this game. The Mongols, they're not going to go down without a fight, but they are going to have to fight with weapons that just don't give you a whole lot of confidence.
Oh, they blows open the smoke. Glaive can't handle it.
Oh.
Massive damage onto Mizzino and a little bit onto Senzu, but that Deagle in response hurts.
That's good utility turn out by Hades, but that's not a great decision at all.
Hades, man, for as good as a game he's having, he is still just getting deleted at times. This is winnable. Good deep nade. And so much chip damage done to these last two players. They are well softened up for this retake. Molotov and an HE on Kyler as well when he gets here.
Yeah, Deha has recovered this. It looked real messy for ENCE, but Deha with that nade going in, they still got plenty of utility for Kylar, but they've got to go soon. They can smoke out A main, they also have a smoke they can use for the choke point and mollies to clear position, so plenty of utility still available. And now they move in, clearing all the close positions, realizing they can maybe start to apply pressure to that defuse now. And that is going to cause Mongols to go for some peaks. And on low HP, it's going to be death as Deha destroys them yet again. Coming back in with a retake, recovering the mess that ENCE had on that B-bomb site. And Deha with the experience leads the Polish side to 12 rounds.
Yeah, man, that 2v2 is so rough. It's so skewed in ENCE's favor with the utility they have to work with. Two smokes, the exact positions that Mongols is playing from, a flashbang through the smoke. Everything is giving the signal this defuse is being stuck, and Dia just comes out of the smoke to provide perfect cover. So much time left in that bomb as well. Mongols have to win 7 in a row, and it's looking like their bid, their run at IEM Katowice is going to come to a close at the play-ins. Not going to accomplish their goal of doing one better than last year.
Here's Mizzino. Good opening, traded instantly, followed up, and this is a massacre. ENCE are looking so good right now on Anubis. Just Blitz left alone, and ENCE have done the job. It took 3 maps, it took comebacks, but ENCE have managed to do it.
And if you're ENCE, like you're just, look at the smile on Cuban already.
Look at that.
He's holding it back a little bit. But look, as we've seen in this series and as we've seen through this plan, plenty to work on for ENCE. Still hiccups, still some miscues, still some players on different pages at different moments. That's going to happen. But they're playing through the issues, and they got stronger as this series went on. First map was a disaster. Second map was labored. Third map was ENCE from start to finish. And that celebration from Glaive and Cuban, a big hug as the Polish squad makes it through to the group stage of IEM Katowice.
It's got to feel damn good if you're a Polish team here in Katowice. They didn't think they were going to come to this event. They missed out on it through the Polish National League. They had to be signed by ENCE in a second opportunity to get into the play-in. That was their chance, and they've made their way through into the group stages. This is damn exciting. This is actually the start of possibly one of the greatest stories of Katowice this year. ENCE are looking good.